Welcome back, everybody. We mentioned we got a busy high school night. It's Tuesday night. Central and Moorhead in hockey here on Extra coming up at 6 o'clock. Class A hoops tonight, Kindred Central Cass on WDAY2. It's Tuesday, which I can remember my anchoring days. That meant, all right, how many games can we get to tonight? And I'm looking at EDC schedule tonight. Horace is at home. West Fargo's at home. Cheyenne's at home. Means there's a lot going on. That Sheyenne game got our attention tonight because anytime Davies and Sheyenne playing hoops, we'll chat about it. It's great to welcome back to our show boys basketball coach of the Mustangs, Tim Brandt, joins us as Sheyenne welcomes in Davies tonight. It's a Tuesday in January. It goes without saying, right? You got stuff going on.
For sure. It's exciting. It's freezing cold outside. Let's play some ball.
It's great to see you, bud. Tell me about this year's team. And we had Adam Palczewski on a couple weeks ago. You guys played a barn burner with West Fargo. Where are things at with Sheyenne hoops so far this year?
We've sort of been a tale of two teams so far. You know, we struggled early before break. Struggled to score. Defensively, we're all right, but just we couldn't put the ball in the hole. Since break, we've gotten some things cleaned up. Played and have played really well. We're 4-1 since the break. That one loss coming, like you said, against West Fargo in a 2-point game in overtime. So we're playing some good basketball right now. We've figured some things out. Christmas break couldn't come fast enough for us. We had a tough stretch early. Not a lot of time to just practice time. We played 5 games in 12 days to start the year, and just it was a grind. So yeah, we're playing a lot better after break, and so it's kind of been a tale of two teams for us right now.
Was that expert coaching over the Christmas holiday that turned things around, or what do you attribute to that?
I would like to say that, but no, it's our kids showing up and just being prepared to work and listen and be coached and all that stuff. And I kind of alluded to the lack of time to practice before break, and we played that first Friday, which means we had 9 practices.
Yeah.
3 of those practices are tryout days. We have 80 kids in the gym. Can't really get much done. That first Saturday, we went out to Jamestown and scrimmaged. You're playing, but you're not really like teaching. So you really have 6 days of practice before the first game to get anything done. And then, like I said, it was 5 games in 12 days. Our last game before break was December 16th. And then we didn't play again until January 2nd. Ooh. So we had a nice chunk of, but that we needed it. Yeah. We needed that time to really focus on us and get some things done and figure some things out and have some conversations and establish some roles. And our kids have taken to that really, really well. And I think you've seen that the last few weeks.
You got to play, and this is now with the new schedule, you got to play 4 teams out of the WDA, though. Did that help to get where you're at now?
It absolutely did. Yeah. It's, having, like I said, having those games that you can really try to figure some things out and it doesn't count against your conference record was huge for us. It was Williston, Bismarck High, Mandan, and Minot. And having that time to get, some things figured out, and we had a good amount coming back from last year, but we still had some question marks and just we didn't know what certain things would be as far as rotation and all that stuff. And having those first 4 to really work on some things and try to sharpen things up was important.
So the game before the break you had was against Horace. I mean, when you go home that night, are you thinking, I don't know what our team is? Like, what was going through your mind after that game?
Well, you have that little sign on your desk that says Serenity Now. So it was a lot of Lloyd Braun, Serenity Now and Sanity Later, type of thing. Yes. It was more so like just trying to be patient and trying to, tweak some things and just move some things around and having some conversations and like I said before, getting some things figured out because we hit the ground running and we just didn't have a lot of time for that. So after that game, I would like to say that, everything was great, but it wasn't. I mean, that going through a stretch like we went through, I think we played 4 games and I think we played 5 before break, but I think we were averaging about, 15 58 to 60 points a game in that stretch, and it just wasn't great. And for us, it was, we were averaging 20 turnovers in those 5 games.
Yeah.
Since break, we've cut that in half, and it's been 10 a game, which is right. That's really good. And our scoring average has gone up about 25 points, and it's amazing what happens when you take care of the basketball. So that's been a big emphasis for us.
You got 3 guys in double figures averaging so far. Tell me about the couple leaders of this team that have turned things around for you over the last few weeks.
Yeah, our three leading scorers right now are Kyson Keller, Chase Spielman, and CJ Smith. Kyson's 15. I think Chase and CJ are 10. But then we got a couple other guys at 9. We got a 7 and a couple 6s, and we're 4th in our league in scoring right now, and our leading scorer is, I think, the 13th or 14th leading scorer in the league. So I mean, it can come from anywhere, really, from us. We have a lot of talented kids, and we got a couple kids now since break that are playing a lot better and doing things that they need to be doing. So yeah, I would like Kyson's our leading scorer. I think so far this year, Chase Spielman has been a guy for us, one of our guards, who's just been super steady. Even in that tough stretch, he was a kid that was just doing everything for us. He was scoring, he was rebounding for us. He was one of the leading offensive rebounder on our team, and he's 6'1". I mean, the kid is just playing really hard and doing everything that he needed to do and just be a leader. I mentioned CJ. CJ's a shooter. He can catch and fire from anywhere, and those kids have really stepped up. And seniors, I mentioned Case and Bernstein's another one that we returned that played a lot last year. Tanner Craich is a kid who's been playing a lot better after Christmas break and just doing some really, really good things. So like I said, it's sort of it's an ultimate team effort from us. We don't have one guy that's going to score 25 a game. We got a bunch of guys that could score 12 to 15 a game, and we can hurt you from a lot of different places.
I'm interested. I remember, here's me back in the day, when you guys were the new guys on the block, new kids on the block. It's not the way anymore. No, Frank Horace has been around enough now, but how has that changed the dynamic in West Fargo? Because I remember it was always you guys trying to punch up against West Fargo, and then you did that. Now, with Horace on there, how has that changed the 3-school dynamic that you've seen out in West Fargo now?
It's those games are always rivalry games. It doesn't matter who we're playing, if it's West Fargo or Horace. Obviously, Horace being the new kid on the block, you maybe focus on them a little bit more. But I don't know. Those games are always super intense. It doesn't matter which school you're playing, and obviously we've seen what Horace can do. They're relatively new, but they're good.
Yeah.
They're really good, and we experienced that right before break. So basketball in West Fargo right now between the 3 high schools it's really good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which school it is. We all have some good programs here and really well established, and it's fun.
Let me get the old broadcaster cliche. You could throw the records out when Davies and Cheyenne play, but tell me about Bart's team that you're going to see tonight.
Well, it's they're different this year, obviously, without, Mason Clabo has been there for forever, it seems like, and thankfully
10 years,
he's gone
right?
now. Yeah, seriously, and it's good. I'm glad he's gone, if I'm being honest, but they're good. And you mentioned Bart. They're really well coached. You can tell by watching them play. They don't make many mistakes. They don't take a ton of bad shots. They don't turn it over much. So a game like tonight, it's going to come down to who can execute. Who can finish plays, who can do those little things a little bit better, because they're not going to screw much up. They're going to be pretty sound, and they're going to execute some things pretty well. So we got to be pretty sharp and focused if we want to have a chance to win.
You've been doing this now. Obviously, you were assistant with Tom forever, now being a head coach. What about like a Tuesday night? What gets you really ready to go outside of the opponent? Excited to do it? What is it? As the day goes on, like, man, this is why I signed up to do this.
Really, it's just loving to compete, to be honest with you. And that's something that we try to work on every single day in practice with our kids. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You gotta get up for the game. You can't sleepwalk through anything. And I mean, especially with an opponent like this tonight, you're playing a Fargo Davies school who's been at the top of the league for as long as I can imagine. So it shouldn't middle of the week, freezing cold outside, playing a really good team. It shouldn't be difficult to get up for this one.
Where are we at, Tim, in your evaluation of boys basketball in North Dakota, product wise? Player-wise, how do you evaluate it right now?
To be honest with you, I think kids now are more talented than they've ever been in our state. They work on their game. They get in the weight room. They spend a lot of time with it. So I think it's in a really, really good place. I think we got really talented kids across the board throughout the state, and really good basketball teams.
Is it more just skill? They spending more time in the gym? What do you attribute that to?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. There's just so many more resources out there now, and there's so many people, so many more kids that are willing to, you know, get in the gym and focus on it for a longer stretch of time. Yeah, I think kids are just more willing to do that nowadays, and just work on their craft more.
It's fun to watch, honestly. You see some of these guys that are getting, and then honestly, the amount of, and you follow the AAU game as well, just the guys are going out there and the high major offers that are coming back. I think I would get used to this, and I still don't when I see a Power 4 school come into North Dakota or into Fargo and offer a kid. It's just like, wow, this is still pretty darn cool.
It's really cool.
Oh.
It's really cool. And you see so many of these multi-sport athletes getting, you know, like you mentioned Kindred earlier. You know, my wife teaches down there. So a kid like Brooks Bacco, I throw out there a lot. And he's getting Michigan offers in football, and he's a really, really good basketball player. He's probably going to get some collegiate offers playing basketball too, I would assume. We talked about the Kinnebrew kid from Century and how talented he is, and those offers are going to start coming. And so yeah, it's seeing these kids doing what they're doing around the state is special.
All right, last one, random one. What is the angriest or maddest you've been on the basketball floor? Has it been in a referee, I'm assuming?
Well, yeah, kind of. Well, man, I had a really good one last year. I can't remember who we were playing, and my kids still talk about this. I think it was South.
Okay.
And I think we had a lead at halftime, but I wasn't real happy with how we were playing. We were kind of sloppy. We were turning it over. And it's one of those situations where you get so mad and you start saying things, and you just afterwards you're like, what did I just talk about in there? I think I kicked the door down in the locker room, and busted the door open and walked in, and sort of went unglued a little bit. And some of my kids still talk about that. It's like, yeah, you remember halftime at South or against South last year? I mean, you kicked the door shut and all that stuff. And like, yeah, I vaguely remember it, but I was in a blind rage for about 15 to 20 seconds. So that one was a good one.
It was a memory burn for them. Apparently they got. It's great to see you, bud. Thanks so much for the time. Good luck tonight. We'll chat down the road, okay?
Appreciate it. Thanks, Dom.
Good to see you, bud. There he goes. Tim Brandt, head coach of the Sheyenne boys, Mustangs, and Davies coming up tonight. Part of a huge Tuesday night of hoops. It comes with the territory on a Tuesday night. Got a lot going on, wrestling, hockey, basketball-wise, and we'll keep you abreast of that. Highlights, Riley will have all that coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. You mentioned up the top, and we were visiting briefly off air about what are the 4 teams that could make it to the state tournament this year out in Bismarck. Davies certainly there. Horace and them played the other night. Davies got them. You got West Fargo there. Sheyenne. That race for that 4 spot be intriguing with Sheyenne, Shanley. South's got some outstanding athletes. Here we go for the final 6 weeks of the regular season to find out who's going to be the top 4 going off to the event center in Bismarck in the middle of March. We'll take our final break. We come back. We'll put a bow on things, get you ready for a busy Sports Tuesday. Answer our very important poll question when Hot Mike wraps on WDAY Extra after this.